Today I'm going to talk about school gun shootings. School gun shooting is one of huge problem in the United States. For example, back in 1999, the Columbine High School massacre, the amount of death was 13 people, which is including 12 high school students and 1 high school student. The 2 young students have used a variety of guns, which is including handmade bombs. The problem is they could get those dangerous weapons easily. And this is not an exception. And we can watch so many school gun shootings news from the TV shows. And my major is political science. One day I had a discussion about school gun shootings. We had to find the cause of school gun shootings. Before the discussion, I already found the solution of school gun shootings, which is limit the amount of guns. I was very confident about my idea, and I thought some of my classmates would agree my opinions. But no one agreed my opinion. That was a huge shock, and I felt this is a cultural differences. And then the other student says the school gun shootings cause might be media or violent television games. So those harmful elements would change like student thoughts. For example, oh, killing people is a very cool thing. I want to do that in their life or something like that. But I would say those media or dangerous, violent televisions might be the cause of school gun shootings. But in my opinion, so too many guns will change the student thoughts. Let's see this graph. This graph shows the amount of vehicle and then the amount of guns in the United States. And this rate is the amount of guns, and then the blue line is the amount of vehicle. I have a question. Do we need this much guns? I guess not. And this graph also does not include unregistered guns. So this rate would be twice or more than that. I understand the guns are part of US culture, and then Second Amendment guarantees bear arms, which means people can have guns to protect themselves. To have gun is one of necessary right of Americans. But too much guns will make buying guns more easy, and the modern guns can give critical damage to human. If we could limit the amount of guns, the price of guns goes up, and it is going to be difficult to buy many guns. In my opinion, the government needs to limit the amount of guns up to 300 million in the nation. Why 300 million in the nation? Because 300 million guns are appropriate number. Each household can have at least 1 gun. Still, the people can protect themselves. I also would like to suggest that people should not have unregistered guns. That will decrease the amount of guns, and also it will decrease the number of illegal gun trade. This idea will bring more safety in the nation. In the future, we might not see the news of school gun shootings anymore. I am the only one international student in my political science, and I have different sense about gun control. If the America needs to have guns, they have to learn how to shoot and how to use them, like from professional people. For example, military veterans or retired police officer or something like that. And my idea seems like impossible and doesn't make sense to Americans. But just limit the amount of guns, we will have more safe life. Thank you.
Questions?
Do you think that people that are actually like mentally unstable enough to go and make school shootings would not find a way to get a gun even if guns were limited? Like, don't you think that they'd be able to find a gun and do what they plan on doing?
Thank you for your question. I guess 300 million is enough numbers and to protect themselves. And then the United States population is about 300 million, which is including a child like age from 1 or 12. They don't have to have a gun, and then yes, their parents or teachers can have guns, and then they can protect in school. That is my opinion.
Aren't guns kind of just like drugs? They're illegally sold on the streets daily, almost. Guns are honestly just right up there with drugs being sold on the street. So somebody that does want a gun can get one, and then if you're taking guns away from good, innocent people, they won't be able to protect themselves from people that are going and getting guns illegally on the street. So how are you going to allow people, like innocent, good people, protect themselves if they're not going to have guns because the government's taking them away?
Thank you for your question. I'm not saying take, so limit all of the guns, just limit amount of guns. The innocent people could have guns still. I suggest 300 million guns, which means the people can still have guns. They can buy guns. That is my opinion. That is enough amount of numbers.
Do you think it would be easier to like give everybody a gun and then they could just protect themselves? Don't you think that would be easier instead of taking everybody's guns away?
Thank you for your question. That would be a great idea to give to each people, and then that would be a great idea. I never thought that.
Very nice. I believe your time's up. Ooh, lots of questions, Toke.